Hello, good morning to everybody. Good morning. It's been a while. The last spot forex here. It's really been a while, and I've actually I had a lot of things handling, and so sorry I've not been able to drop some videos lately. But yesterday I was able to come. I was able to take time to analyze the gold, look at what gold is currently doing. But let me just chip this in. According to Goldman Sachs, there's a projection that gold is going to get to $5,000 per ounce. So if you have those insider informations, obviously you know how to really just position yourself for the beautiful things that are about to happen with gold. Yep. But yesterday we saw what happened here with gold. This was over the weekend. This happened on Friday. This happened, I think, on Friday. Yeah, I think this was yesterday. This was actually yesterday. Let me just be clear about this. This was actually this was yesterday. Yesterday we saw this corrective impulsive correction come down on gold, and everybody, people started panicking and all that. But it was also just a measure that was put up to just take out some people, take out some losses, cashing out on losses, when it comes to the big boys playing in the market and all that. So this is how they tend to make their money. So just for them to have the reposition, because they move upwards are going to be so consistent, and then there was a need for correction here so that they can plunge in again. And that was the same thing I did. Yeah, just trying to say, okay, for us to have this hook point here, there's an hook point here. This point here is actually an hook point for me. This is an hook point. So gold will naturally come to retest any hook point. So it came down to that spot, and at that same time, because looking at it, there was no way you could have actually just entered the trade. It's suicidal. You needed to have your confluences intact and all that. So that was, I just waited for gold to come in here. But for those that trade support and resistance, trying to wait for when and they want to, like, there's a particular spot, what they call a POV, point of value, come into that position. Once it gets to that position, they know naturally that, okay, it's going to be not in all cases, because there are some instruments that will naturally disapprove of it and disappoint those projections and all that. So but gold respected the point, came with this long, this what would I call it now, this more like a spinning top, but looks like an hammer as well. Looks like an hammer. If you look at this red candle here, looks like a spinning top. So there's always a need for you to have a broader understanding, and understand. Let's just be all round. You might not necessarily know the advanced levels of it, but there's nothing too advanced about them. All you just need to guide yourself with as a profitable, consistent, profitable trader is to know your price action. Once you know your price action, your price action so well, harm yourself with that. Then your patterns, harm yourself with that. Then your candlestick patterns, the ones what they call it, more like the candles that actually bring about a turnaround that causes reversals to happen. Just get them so handy, like a double top, double bottom, head and shoulder, like that. There are strong kind of price actions that you just must know your candlesticks, know your patterns, when it comes to ascending patterns, descending patterns, all those things. Just arm yourself with that. But if you want more insight and knowledge about that, you can always just drop a comment on the channel, dollars for forex. Just drop a comment there, then we'll pick it up from there. We'll just work out something on how to bring those knowledge to you and all that. That's so that this all happened. Yes, somebody might probably just say, okay, I definitely going to enter at this point after the close of this candle. But yeah, the way it is, I had to wait because it's suicidal for me to just enter without the confluences intact. Okay, waiting for it, I saw this double bottom. Price action had to play out. Saw the double bottom, and that was it. Saw a good double bottom, and that was it. So On that, I just waited a bit. I came actually left the chart and we waited a bit. You just entered at this point here, and this was yesterday evening. Saw this, I just placed, and that was it. I left the chart and that's it. So you can see what gold is actually been doing now. It's currently on 4,214.44131, fluctuating in between that dollars per ounce. Looking at the projection, like I informed earlier, Goldman Sachs said it's projected to get to $5,000. There's still a lot of money in the kitty for you to take. Okay, so this is what I just said I should, bring to your knowledge this morning, bring to your notice. I'm actually going to stay consistent now. I'm dropping more videos, but majorly I'll drop paying attention and researching, working on gold, and it's been so consistent. So I'm just going to see how well we can actually just trade gold with ease, without sweating it, working with the economic calendars and know what gold is going to do. And there is another instrument that I actually tried working on yesterday, though I didn't place it, but I analyzed it. Yes, and that's France 40. You can see what I did here. This actually happened on Friday. Yes, after President Donald Trump announced, and just so many things happened to the market. Cryptos, a lot of people cried, a lot of people lost everything they had, just trying to see how to, more like not a resetting. It's been bullish all this while, just a resetting of everything. The stocks, stocks in the American global stocks generally. This is what happened. It plunged. So massive. This is massive money, but nobody could actually know to project that it was actually going to be like this. Nobody knew. The announcement came, and the next thing we saw was this. It was that crazy and massive on France 40. Not just France 40. If you check your NAS, US 30, S&P 500, it happened. The same thing happened to them. So coming on Monday, I just went, okay, what do we do going forward with this? How do we place an entry? So we just decided to just wait. Patience is the game, though. Patience is the game. We waited and we waited. It's a waiting game. We waited, and yesterday we saw this. We saw this happen on. We saw this happened on the 1 hour time frame. We saw this, the way it is, descending pattern. We saw it happen. It was fully formed. It was fully formed. Clarity, absolute clarity. It happened, and it was a very sweet one. So I just analyzed it, and that was it. So we came in at the point we wanted to come in. I just said, okay, let me wait for this particular candle to finish, to close above the hook point. This was where I had my hook point. I was waiting for this particular candle, this bullish candle, to close above it. And probably it was a bit late. Looking at the 1 hour time frame, can you see what happened around here? We're still waiting. It wasn't clear yet. All these candles are indicating something. They're not too sure where they want to go. Yes, we had a very good hammer candles here. Constantly we're trying to look, is the market tired? There's a tiredness in the market somewhere, but we're still waiting. We saw on seeing this particular candle close below, we said, okay, we can still just must wait. Waiting is the game. Then at the close of this particular candle was where we would have actually entered. Yes, and we can see what's happening now, where the price is. It was a sweet trade. So in case you want us to help out with your trading, to just assist you, gather more knowledge and how to reshaping your knowledge about forex trading, and to stay consistent and profitable, we are available. We can actually just help you. That just reach out to us. You drop a comment and like on our channel, $Spot Forex. Then we'll see how we'll go from there. $Spot Forex signing out.